Hello, hello. I have learned from the past that there is about a 10-second delay, so I'm going to use that to pull up some things. I am so jazzed to be here on this beautiful Sunday. It's not too beautiful. It's pretty gray out, but nice weather. And it's April. Why am I wearing a sweater dress in April? I'm not sure. But I am excited to be here with you nonetheless. And I'm excited to go through some feng shui questions. I put up a poll on Instagram asking for feng shui questions in case people didn't like this 11 a.m. live time. So I have 4 questions to answer today. The last one is a doozy. Actually makes me kind of, I don't want to say I was nervous to answer it, but I really thought long and hard about the answer. And I'm excited to see what eventually I say. I also, leading up to this, was like, oh, I'm not nervous at all to do a YouTube live. I haven't done it in quite some time. And I was like, wow, I'm not nervous at all. This is really exciting. And then for about 5 minutes, when I'm sitting here like setting things up and putting it all together, I'm like, oh, okay, wait, maybe I am nervous. But do you guys ever find that as an adult, you find nerves and excitement to be confusing? Like, I don't know if I know the difference between being nervous and being excited. So yeah, so I am a little bit nervous, mostly excited. And once we get into it, it's going to be great. And I love your comments. I love the interaction and hearing what you guys think, any elaborating questions on this. I have, like I said, 4 prepared questions that came in through Instagram, but if you have questions and you showed up live to ask some, I am going to be looking at the comments box and answering your questions that come in the comments box. So please check them there. I know YouTube changed their whole entire setup. And so I think now where you enter questions is on the right side of your screen. It's no longer at the bottom. Why these apps have to keep updating, I'm not sure, but here we are. So the first question today is from Tats by Britney Spears. Thank you so much. And her question is, what direction is the best way to sleep? So many different opinions. Help. Yeah, so many different opinions, so many different questions. I remember this being confusing when I was learning feng shui, and look no further. I have the answer for you. And of course, I have even a little bit extra to add on to that. Because you know me, I love to elaborate and I love to explain why. So to answer this question, first, what's the form and layout of your room before you worry about the direction? Because so many people have a home where it's just an apartment. It's just an apartment, and you have like a bedroom designated to be your bedroom, and you can't even prioritize the direction that I will tell you anyway. Or in a home, you have a primary bedroom, and the adults sleep in the primary bedroom, and the children sleep in the other bedroom. And then likely there's windows on other sides. And so your bed just is where it is. So first, before you worry about the directions or like your lucky direction I'm about to share, what is the form of your room? And I have this video. Speaking of being nervous to go live on YouTube, and speaking of being nervous to it's funny. Having nerves only 2 minutes leading up to this live is way better than the anxiousness I would have like for hours beforehand. I went back and watched this video that you can see. I made it 2 years ago, and I got to redo it for you guys. I definitely do. It has great content. It has great information. The answers are in this video. Is still worth watching, but I'm going to do another one because the music is kind of loud and you can tell I'm like thinking while I make the video. If you guys have ever wondered, should I start a YouTube channel? Will it? It seems so embarrassing. Yeah, rewatching some of my first videos is really embarrassing. And so anyway, I'm going to redo this for you. But this is a great video to find out where should you put your bed in your room first. It talks about if you have beams, if you have a ceiling fan, if you have a door and windows, and how do you first just find placement in the room. Then to get even deeper into this question, what direction is the best way to sleep? So direction, not placement of bed, but I wanted to add that in because that's important. What is your lucky health direction? Where is your lucky health direction? Do you know your lucky health direction? If you don't, I have a link in the description of this video, or it should be. I'll check after this live. Can't check right now. Link in the description of this video, discover your personal energy number. You're going to type in your email, and then this guide, you look up your birthday. Based on your birthday, you have a personal energy number, and then you will go to the guide associated with your number. So let's say this female is a 1. Then you go to your guide, and your guide is going to tell you your lucky directions. This person's lucky directions, lucky health direction is east. So let's go back. Back to present. For what direction is the best way to sleep? Look for your healthy, lucky health direction. That is ideal. I think I put a floor plan here. When you're working with your lucky success and career direction, you are wanting to face that energy. You want to have the opportunities come from your lucky career and success direction. So for me, mine is southwest. And I am facing, it's kind of why I'm in a corner and why I kind of face at an angle. I am facing southwest, and that lucky current success direction is coming to me. When you're sleeping, you want your head pointed towards your lucky health direction. So you don't face it, you're sleeping, and the crown of your head, the direction it's pointing towards your lucky health direction. So I included a floor plan here. But this is a great example of how sometimes you can't always prioritize your lucky direction. So don't stress out about it, because it's okay. I've had plenty of places where I don't think I could use it. I was in a 1-bedroom apartment, and so the bedroom was what it was, and the direction was not my bedroom. In this case, for this person, their lucky health is in the northeast. Well, they're not going to put their bed in their kitchen. They could turn, so in this bedroom, they could turn their head this way, but then it's sharing a wall with pipes and water, and that's not ideal. So first, what's the form of your room? Where's the bed in relation to certain walls? Like, you don't want to share a head with the bathroom. You don't want to be under beams. You don't want the ceiling fan right above your head. You don't want to be facing a door. Or you don't want to be like directly in line with the door, right? There's all these things that are in that video that I just referenced. Then we look at where's health. If they put their head here, they're not going to sleep very well because of where the door is, where the bathroom is. So you weigh the pros and cons. It is not ideal for this bed to be rotated towards northeast. So you go to your next best thing. And your next best thing is, what is your lucky spirituality direction? This person's lucky spirituality direction is in the bedroom. Their head is pointing towards their lucky spirituality. It's another energy that is rejuvenating, clearing, gets you in touch with you. It's a yin energy. And so this is the next best thing. And then the level 10 Feng Shui is looking at the flying stars. What flying stars are you in? And I would actually say this is what we prioritize over your lucky directions, depending on what's going on in the house. But flying stars is something we talk about when it's one-on-one. That person's personal energy number is 1. So there's certain numbers that they can sleep in that are better than others. General rule of thumb is it's not great to sleep in a 2 or a 5. But unless you're working with me or a Feng Shui consultant that knows the flying stars, you're not going to know that. So the next thing to do is look at your lucky directions. Can you sleep in the lucky health direction? Great. If that puts your bed, oh, it's 11:11. If that puts your bed in a compromising position or just in a weird, awkward place, you're not going to sleep well anyway. So big answer, probably longer than you would have expected, but first, just what's the best placement of the bed in your room? Second, then where's the lucky health direction? Have your head pointing towards that lucky health direction while you're sleeping. Second best, if you can't do that with your health, where's your lucky spirituality direction? And then fourth, when you're working with somebody, if you're still not sleeping well after that, find a consultant, hire them, and have them see what energy is in your bedroom, because that energy might not be great. And that's where the flying stars come in. Okay. Next question. Wow. That was quick. I gotta drink a water really quick, or a matcha. Okay. Any questions coming in? Any questions? Can you guys hear me? Comment in the chat. Can you hear me? Where are you tuning in from? Do you love Feng Shui? I don't know why you would be here if you weren't interested. Okay, second question. And thank you guys for showing up on this Sunday. Hopefully you're enjoying a relaxing morning in bed with your own matcha, your own coffee. Maybe you're cleaning your dishes and listening to me, killing two birds with one stone. But welcome and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Okay, next question. Do artificial flowers attract bad energy? Do you recommend them? Thank you so much for your question. Do artificials attract bad energy? Okay, you guys know me. I like, it's always it depends. It's always it's never a simple answer, because Feng Shui really isn't simple. And I question the methods where it really is a yes or no. So do they attract bad energy? No. They themselves do not, but it does eventually accumulate dust. So any artificial plants, any artificial vines, like that were really big in the 90s, any artificial flowers, those attract dust. And what is dust? Dust is old skin cells, dust is old hair, dust is literally old energy that we are shedding. And so that's old energy that we're shedding that's now stuck in our house. You know, I was thinking about the answer to this question, and so often decluttering gets paired with Feng Shui, and like, oh, decluttering, it's the most important thing. It's the most important thing. I would argue, at least this is how I feel about it today in this moment, and maybe I'll change my mind and I'll have a debate later, but I would debatably say that dusting your house is more important than decluttering your house. Of course, then we're like, well, how cluttered is it? How much of a mess is it? And then, like, you know, that's why there's no like obvious answer, but dusting your house is so, so important to not feeling stuck, to feeling healthy, to feeling excited about your life. Dusting will change your life. There are homes that just the thickest layers. And I'm like, well, no wonder you feel weighed down. This is all your old energy, all your old emotions stacked in thick dust layers on your books, on your artificial plants, on your desks, on your TV. That is weighing you down. So, do artificial flowers attract bad energy? It's the dust that they collect. The other reason I don't love artificial flowers and is because sometimes they look really fake. So I won't call out any shops, but some of the more generic shops that are very popular to buy random decor from, their artificial flowers look really fake, especially their white petals. They collect dust so fast. And so I don't recommend fake flowers. I'm okay with fake plants because it's like I would recommend buying real flowers that are abundant and colorful and live. And then if you have like big plants that are really difficult to keep alive, then you can do fake with those. But let's talk about the tiers and what I recommend. Obviously, real plants are best because they purify the air. They're good for oxygen. They're good for energy. They're good for life. Like, real plants are obviously the best. Dead plants are the worst. You don't want dying things, dead plants in your home. So what's in between, where you still want that greenery, you still want the life, you still want the wood energy, like the look of it, you still want the feeling like you're in a jungle oasis, but maybe you can't keep a plant alive. So fake plants are okay. Just dust them. They obviously don't have as many benefits as a real plant, but they still look nice. They still bring life to a room. And so if you're okay with fake plants, then do it. If you feel like you're being some kind of hypocrite or going against some belief of your own, then don't do it. For me, this fake plant is on screen all the time. And so I don't want to risk it looking dead. And I'm not really good at keeping it alive. What if I'm gone for a period of time? So this one is fake. I love Nearly Natural because their fake plants really do look real. They really do look natural. And so if you're going to buy a fake plant, just really make sure that it looks real. And then for me, I always buy real flowers. So that's where I get the pops of abundance and real plantness and color and vibrancy and all that. So again, my very elaborate way of saying, do artificial flowers attract bad energy? Not really. They're kind of a moot point, but they do collect dust, which is bad for your energy. Do I recommend them? I prefer and recommend real flowers, and I'm okay with fake plants. Again, just to put it out there though, obviously real plants and obviously real flowers are the best, but let's be realistic. I have to be honest with myself. I couldn't keep a real version of this plant alive, so we go fake. Okay, this is my chance to check the chat box. I don't think any questions have come in, and that's okay. I've done a handful of these to know. Sometimes none come in. So we collect from Instagram, and not everybody's awake at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I think that's not, 8 a.m. on West? So it's pretty early for a Sunday. Okay. Third question. We only have 4 today. If none come in, this is 3 of 4. And the fourth one is a doozy, if I do say so myself. I'm curious to see how I answer it. Third question. Thank you. Loving Life IA2WI. I'm sure there's a better way to say that. Thank you for your question. If my garage is under a different roof line, but still attached to my house, do I add that to my map? Question did come in. Okay, I'll answer your question soon. Let me take this off. If my garage is under a different roof line, but still attached to my house, do I add that to my map? This one I had to think about, and I made a thing. So you guys can see this here. I'm going to manipulate it with my cursor, so we're coming out of presentation mode. Okay. If my garage is under a different roof line, but still attached to my house, do I add that to the map? Okay, so if the white is the house, and let's say your garage, it's hard for me to understand how it would be a different roof line. Like, isn't it all the, I wish I had a picture, but let's say that this is the main roof line. It's still attached to her house, and maybe it just has a different pitch is maybe what she means. If it's sticking out like this and it's less than half of the overall floor plan, you do not include it in the BOGO map. So your BOGO map would be like, you'd find the center of the white square, and this is how you would break down your pie wedges. And you would not include the garage, which is this gray section, in the BOGO map. Now let's say her garage is actually over here, and you maybe drive in this way. In this case, it's still the house, and I don't understand how it would be a different roof line. It must be, like I said, a different pitch, but to me, it would all be one roof. It's attached to the house. If it's attached to the house, in this case, and it's more than half, then you do include the garage. So over here, less than half, you don't include it. Over here, pulling in straight, maybe you walk in here, you do include it. So again, you would roughly, I'm eyeballing it here, but you'd roughly find the middle of this whole rectangle. Okay? So it would be, what is that? Is that half? You would include the garage in this case. If my garage is under a different roof line but still attached to my house, do I add it to the map? So it depends where it is. It depends if it's more than half of your floor plan or less than half of your floor plan. Okay? I believe that's clear. Let's move on. This last one that I said is a doozy. Okay, but hold on. Let's go pull up this and see what the comments have to say. Question, what if, thank you for your comment, the treehouse. For a second, when I looked really quick, I thought your question was going to be about feng shui for a treehouse. that would take some time. What if your kitchen is in the northwest corner of your home? That is a very vague question. If it's in the northwest corner of your home, that doesn't mean anything, really. What I practice, if you're new to this channel, I practice classical feng shui with the flying star technique, and the BTB map kind of comes second. It's a secondary layer. When we talk, yeah, so you might be talking about BTB feng shui, in which case I actually do have that pulled up when we're answering this question. Northwest is helpful people, kitchen and helpful people. Maybe you're talking about the fire and the metal, and in which case you would blend it with earth. What if you're northwest could be your lucky health direction, in which case that's great for your health. So what if your kitchen is in the northwest corner of the home? Oh, northeast. Sorry. Well, either way. So all of this really is either way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where your kitchen is. What are the elements? How do you balance the elements? Is it in your lucky health? Great. Is it in your lucky career? Great. The fires, like you're using the kitchen every day, so you're activating your lucky career and success. If we go to the floor plan, like this is where Flying Star comes in handy, because it's more what are the energies in your kitchen. Like this person, the energies are 7 and 9, and it's his lucky health. Oh, and it's northeast. Wow, what a great example. This is his lucky health direction, and the kitchen is in it. Great. He's cooking healthy food and it's in his lucky health direction, and that's supporting it. Northeast is earth in BTB feng shui. Fire and earth are smooth. Fantastic. Then in this case, he has fire in the energy, and 9 is money energy in period 9. It brings in money. It's fire. So fire and fire, like fire supporting fire. Fantastic. If the 5 was in the northeast and its health, that's a little more difficult. We want to add in metal. It's not ideal to have your kitchen in a 5. My kitchen's in a 5. You do things to help boost your health. You keep it clean. But your kitchen can be in any direction. And then you look at what are the flying stars? How do I balance the elements? And you look at that. Great question. Hopefully I did it justice. All right. And then if any more come in, we will answer it live. Otherwise, we are going to end on this question. This one is the doozy that I was referring to. How to attract more love. Oof, this question. This question. How to attract more love. This was a woman that submitted it. We're going to make some assumptions, woman looking for a man, and we're going to make some assumptions that she meant how to attract more love using feng shui. I racked my brain over and over and over again on how to answer this question. Personally, if you're new or if you've been around, my specialty is feng shui for achievers, career-driven people, entrepreneurs, helping them manifest more success, helping them manifest work-life balance, helping them feel fulfilled again in their life, reconnect with their passion, manifest more money, more success. That's my bread and butter because that's what I do in my life. And maybe you guys saw my plant video where I gave help about plants and feng shuiing with plants, but I never like really niched it down on that. And so I know what a feng shui, how I was taught. I know what feng shui consultants will say. I know what the books say. But I love teaching from a place of I've not perfected, nothing's ever perfect, but like I've done this over and over and over again. When it comes to attracting love with feng shui, it is the most difficult thing to do because there's another person involved. So this question, I have feng shuied and been in a 4-year loving relationship. I have feng shuied for love and nothing has ever happened. And I have not really paid attention for love. The house was set up in a basic way, feng shuied for love. Everything is set to attract good relationships. And I found them, but I wasn't actively looking. Feng shuiing for love is complicated because there's another person involved, their free will, and there's this timing of your life. So we have to first, I've got plenty of answers on how to feng shui, and we're going to answer that. And of course, I'm going to give you a little extra that no other feng shui consultant will tell you. They're going to say you put this lucky charm in this direction and you will fall in love. It is a little bit more than that. From my experience, like I said, I manifested it 3 different ways. Let's start with the cosmic trinity. It is important to know when you are trying to manifest love and when you're trying to feng shui for love. Very quickly, the cosmic trinity is a concept that there are these 3 parts to your manifestation powers, to the manifestation process. Feng shui is your earth luck. That is 33% of your manifestation powers. So if you can optimize your feng shui and get that at 100%, which no feng shui is ever perfect, if you can boost that as much as possible, you are covering 33% of your manifestation powers. So it is great to feng shui. It makes your life easier. Another third is Bazi. It's Chinese astrology. It's Western astrology. It's any astrology, the planets. It's this divine timing, divine plan, something bigger than us that we don't have control over. And we call it heaven luck. That is pretty much out of our control, but we can look at our astrology. We can look at the timing of our life to time our actions to manifest more, to manifest quicker. But really, we're just working with the energy present. And then there's you, man luck. What are your actions? How do you show up? What is your personality? Are you abundance thinker? Are you a lack thinker? Are you a go-getter? Are you lazy? Are you giving and loving and sharing? Or are you kind of a jerk, right? That is fully in your control, your emotions, who you are, and your actions. So how to attract more love with feng shui? First, know that it is not all in your control. And that will relieve you of a lot of pain. Sometimes you really are doing everything and the timing just isn't there. And I've experienced that. And I wish somebody would have told me, like, to a certain degree, we know that. To a certain degree, we know, like, oh, it's just the timing. But from a feng shui perspective, I wish somebody had told me when I was 27 and 28, like, you're not going to meet the husband until later. So now I look at my Bazi, which is my Chinese astrology, but you could also find a Western astrologist. Before you worry, right? This is very comforting. Take it, leave it. I don't know if it'll be as comforting to everybody else. This is how I do it and what I recommend. Think about your early 20s when you're dating, especially women. We're like, I want to meet the guy. Everyone's getting married. I feel behind. I feel like I need to get married. And the situationships are good. Everything is a learning lesson. And at 27, 28, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to get married. Yes, I'm ready to be a wife. Yeah, but there was patterns that I had to break. There was boundaries I needed to learn. There was sticking up for myself I needed to learn. There was not settling that I needed to learn. And so now if you look at my astrology, I didn't know how to do my own astrology back then. And now if I look, my love life doesn't really pick up until 34, 36, until I'm in a new chapter, which is great. I'm not really looking anyway, but if I was, I'd be like, well, fantastic. I'm not going to stress out. I'm going, because it's really more, the timing just is more right when I'm a little bit older, which 36 isn't even old, but you know what I mean? Like if I was 27, I would have known to just have a good time, hang out, meet the people, learn about myself, have fun experiences, because the real match probably not come until later. And then if there's like longer relationships in between until that time, fantastic. And that's what ended up happening. So check your astrology. I think it's very comforting to know. I recently had a client who, she wanted to feng shui for a lot of reasons, but one of them was to get pregnant. And I wish I had met her. Now is the time. And I was like, I feel optimistic that this is going to happen for you by the end of the year. Sure enough, I looked in her chart and it did. She ended up getting pregnant after we feng shuied together. And it was also like the timing was there. But I wish I had known her when she was 25, 26, 27, 28 and really stressed out. Like, why isn't it happening for me? Will it ever happen for me? And I could have said, it's just going to be a little bit, it looks more optimistic when it's a little bit later. Now, that said, obviously there's certain days, obviously there's certain months, anything could happen. I'm not God. I don't have all the answers. All this is to say your Bazi, your astrology can really help you feel better and more comforted and understanding the timing of your life. Then get clear on what you want to attract and why. So you're going to optimize your feng shui. You're going to be your best self. You're going to look at your astrology to understand the timing of when you might meet somebody so that you know to not exert all your effort or worry too much when you know it's like coming. And then get clear on what you want to attract and why. So many people will say, I want to feng shui for more money. I want to feng shui for more love. They find a penny on the ground. That's more money. Get more specific. Why do you want more money? Why do you want more love? You could buy a puppy and you will experience more love, right? And I know I'm making light of these questions, but feng shui is giving your space attention with intention. And the energy of wanting attracts more wanting. I want more love. You're going to continue to attract the want. I want more money. You're going to continue to attract the want. How can you get clear on the why? I want more money because I'm creating more money. I'm attracting more money. I look forward to attracting more money because I want to take my mom to Paris. I want to, give back to this charity. I want to help people. I want a spa day. I want to be able to take my kids to a hotel whenever, or like on vacation whenever I want. And it is a little contradictory, you might say like, well, Jeanette, you just said not to want things, but getting clear on the why helps you refocus your energy from the not having. And it is a little contradictory. I think everybody in this energy manifestation space would say there are some weird nuances like that, but you understand what I'm saying. Okay. So for love, get clear on what you want to attract and why. That woman that I said, she was wanting to feng shui to have children from a totally neutral, non-judgmental, purely curious, because I wanted to get her to speak it to herself. I said, why do you want children? And she had never put into words why, which I think is so interesting. And there's certain things for me, like, Jeanette, why do you want that? And again, purely non-judgmental, but ask yourself, why do I want kids? Is it because everyone else is having kids right now and I just feel like I'm supposed to? Why do I want kids? Because I just think that that's what society wants. Why do I want, why, and it can be as simple as I just look forward to building a family unit now. And I love the idea of passing on a legacy, but even just putting it in that sentence makes it more specific. So get clear on why you want love now, why you want to attract more love now, like why now? Or maybe you're like, actually, I'm okay if it's eventually, in which case takes pressure off and Okay, then you're giving your space attention with intention. This intention of, I am ready for this partner. I'm ready to give love. I am ready to love somebody else. I'm ready to create something with someone else. I am ready to build a life with somebody else because this is the next chapter I look forward to. I love where I'm at in life and I'm ready for a partner. Fantastic. Now you feng shui. Briefly, I have to add that level 10 feng shui would be working with a consultant to look for the 4 energy. 4 is the peach blossom energy in your house. It's the love energy in your house. It's in your home in a certain direction based on when your house is built and the direction it's facing. Like in this floor plan. 4 is here. So we would activate this with someone. We would activate this. We'd boost it. We'd support it depending on where it is in their house. What can you do in the meantime? Because you may not want to hire a consultant today or tomorrow. In the meantime, you look for your love corner if you don't know where the 4 is. I do say in the annual feng shui forecast where the 4 energy is. And I do believe I say, if you're looking for love, boost this one. So you can watch that video. And then monthly, I talk about where it is. But then look for your love corners. Just another layer to that. You can see how manifesting for love is so complicated. And if there's anybody in a reel that says, this is how you do it, place this here, no wonder people feel so defeated, because it's a complex answer that can't fit into a minute. There's probably something where I summarize it very quickly in a reel. So maybe I'm a little bit hypocritical in certain times, but like it's complex. This stuff is complex. Energy is complex, and this person has their own free will and their own stuff. Then you look at your love corner. Oh, and I have these 2 videos before we talk about the love corner. And I have these 2 videos. Feng Shui for love, how to create and attract love, bedroom feng shui, so specifically your bedroom, and then how to feng shui for love and relationships, a second one. I think this is the one where I talk about how I think I'm very honest in that video where I say I feng shuied for love when I first moved to Dallas, and I did the peach blossom cure. I'm holding a rabbit, kind of gives it away. But I like specifically placed this thing to attract love. And sure enough, I met somebody within a month of moving there. Him and I dated for 4 years. It was a very lovely, loving relationship where I learned a lot about myself. And then later, when I learned Chinese astrology, Bazi, I saw that the timing was right. So in that video, I'm pretty sure I say like, it was the culmination of all these things that attracted love, because there are times where I placed the peach blossom cure and nothing happened. But if you looked at my astrology, that energy wasn't really on my side. And it really does take all of the parts and pieces. Both very good videos to watch. To add a little bit to those, and I have another one coming out soon. I don't have a date, but I have a 3rd one coming out soon that will elaborate on some other things to do for love. Find the love corner in your house. So first, in your big house, where is the southwest direction? What's going on in the southwest direction of your house? Do you have leaky pipes? Do you have broken things, dirty windows, dying plants? What's going on in the southwest? Clean it up, beautify it, make it nice. That is, on a certain layer, your love direction. And then in your bedroom, and add something there, if it can be romantic or anything that just like gets you in a love vibration. Specifically, what kind of love are you trying to feel, right? Are you trying to like love a puppy? You're trying to have more love with your family, your friendships, romantic love. What can you put there that sparks that? And then shrink it to your bedroom. Where in the southwest direction of your bedroom, what do you have going on there? Something broken? Is that where you put all your laundry? Is that where you put is your trash can there? Is it just ugly stuff peeling off wallpaper? Like, beautify that. Look at the images there. If there's, an ex-boyfriend's thing there, if there's pictures of your parents there, really in your bedroom, you don't want anything that's associated with family. Like, it's a place for you. It's a place for romance. So if you have pictures in your room of family members, past loved ones, put those in a different area. It's not even a great place for your religious stuff. Religious stuff should go in your spirituality direction, because we won't get into the weird complexities of romance and religion, but southwest direction of your room, what do you have there that is representative of love? Is it a beautiful area? Again, no laundry, nothing dirty, nothing broken. What's going on there? And we're going to check one more time. Thank you guys so much for showing up. But that is all the questions that we have for today. So I'm glad we came in. I'm glad we shouted it out to Instagram. I'll wait a couple more seconds. If you guys have not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Please share this. Share it with your friends and family that are struggling with, oh, I see one more question come in. So we will answer it. Real quick plug, share this with your friends and family that are not feeling well. When we are all feeling our best, we heal the planet, we change the world. I know it sounds so cheesy, but imagine if everyone was just around vibrating in happiness and good stuff. Feng Shui helps us feel that good stuff. Feng Shui helps us get unstuck. Feng Shui helps us attract more good things, feel progress in life. And it makes us happier, and then we spread more happiness, right? Okay. One more question. What should you do this year for love and money, since they are both in the southern west? Are they both in the southern west? Let me look. Southern west, the west. No. The west is not love or money in 2023. The west is actually a very challenging energy. Yeah, one that we don't usually prioritize using. So maybe you really did mean southwest, actually. I think you did mean southwest, because 9 is in the southwest direction, and that is money. And then you're saying from a BTB perspective. So follow one or the other. Yeah, the southwest. Follow one or the other. If you know Flying Star and you know how to use Flying Star, use Flying Star. If you're still in DIY level 1 phase, that's okay. She's so sorry, I was typing fast. Yeah, all good. If you know BTB Feng Shui, do BTB Feng Shui. So technically the 4 peach blossom energies in the northwest, use that area for love. 9 monies in the southwest, use that for love. And the way you activate both of those is by using them, supporting their element, interacting in those spaces, beautifying them, right? If it's the love area, do you have romantic things there? By romantic things, I mean, do you have stuff there that's like triggering you to feel love vibration? Money area in the southwest, use it. Have your coffee there. Both of them. Say your love affirmations in the northwest, say your money affirmations in the southwest. Put your money goals and things that remind you of money in the southwest. Put your love goals and things that remind you of love in the northwest. If you know Flying Star, stick with Flying Star. I sometimes bounce between the two because I need to meet people where they're at. And for 7 years, I did BTB Feng Shui. It helped me manifest promotions, raises, get recruited for jobs, climb the corporate ladder quickly, pay off debts fast, have relationships. Like BTB Feng Shui is great. Flying Star Feng Shui, I believe, is more potent and works faster, but it is harder to learn. It's harder to understand. Usually you have to work with somebody. So I use both kind of to help people, again, meet them in this generic sense because I don't have their house. So if you know Flying Star, just separate it. Love in the northwest, money in the southwest. Okay? Thank you guys for showing up. Like this video if you enjoyed it just a little bit. Share it, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.